to the final track on the album. For me, personally, this is my favourite track. Possibly, in my opinion, the best track that I've ever contributed to in my whole career. It's such an epic, massive wall of sadness and melancholy that just rains down on you from the very start of it, and the way it just kind of rolls together is just, it sounds perfect. You know, I'm really, really proud of this song. I say it's my favourite track off the album. It's a song about life. You know, it's a song about, you know, all the ups and downs and the joy and the sorrow and the love and the hate that's involved. And we've all been through it. You know, it's a song that I think everyone can relate to. We've all been through these experiences in our lives, and it's all about kind of like no forgiveness at the end of the day, and being true to yourself and moving on with your life and continuing and being strong and just being that person that you are, you know. And the way that it ends, the epic way that it ends with the lines, "It would take a better man than I," is something that kind of like resonates really strong to myself. And it's a great way to end the album.
Yeah, like on the last album, it was me with my guitar. That was the last thing you could hear on the album. This time, it's Carl just saying that line. And I just wanted to write, because I wrote a song for Carl. Yeah, I thought, well, let's write one for Frank. That's, you know, it's interesting for me as well, because it's different types of songs. So I wrote like a Paradise Lost song, and come out quite well. It's big, stretched out, loads of room for Carl to do his shouty stuff all over the top of it.
Ruin it.
Quite a nice song to work on. I sent the demo to Spike, and there's one section in it where none of us had heard it, and we played it Russ played it back to us, and we was like, whoa, okay, that's just absolutely changed the whole song by doing that little section. So
for me, whenever I hear that little section that he's done, it reminds me of Rush in many respects.
Well,
it's got that effect. It's such a big, epic sound which kind of adds to it and takes it to a different level.
Yeah, it's something we haven't done again. Which is,
So I'm particularly proud of that track. You know, I think for me personally, you know, it's my favourite track and possibly the best track that we've ever recorded.
So this is another, you know, this song screams to me epic. You know, it's a big song. It's now ended up becoming, you know, the final song on the album. And I really wanted to work on the dynamics. There's a lot of dynamics in this song, and I really wanted to, you know, to really pull that out. You know, so with some of the parts, and I drew on different inspirations. You know, like there's a part where I'm playing this kind of, you know, slightly military-esque little, it's a drum beat, but it's kind of got this military-esque style feel to it, which I wanted in the quieter bits. You know, obviously I wanted the loud, powerful bits to be really driving. And then one of the things that I did, because I had a little bit of a go at this myself, I didn't have a lot of time on it on my own. I worked, you know, like I had ideas, I had to work them out in the studio. Was I put like a lead drum break in. Some might call it a drum solo. You might think of it like that. You might also think of it as a kind of like instead of a lead break, it's a drum break, which wasn't there. And the funny thing was, Russ Russell, the producer, really liked it, and I did, but we were very unsure what the band would think when they heard it, because you know, it really takes the track somewhere else. And on the demo, of course, there was nothing like that there at all, you know. But fortunately, when the band heard it, they were all really blown away with it, and they liked, you know, the dynamics and everything that, you know, like the drum part had brought to the track. So it all stayed in. So yeah, so I've got like a little, you know, a little drum break in there, a little drum solo or drum break.
This was originally going to, for the vinyl collectors, this was going to be the end of side one, and we hadn't heard Spike's drums. So when we did the playback on it and heard the drums for the first time, this build up, this crescendo, and this absolute onslaught near the end of the song, we just thought that's perfect to close the album. Perfect closing track. You know, it's not fast. In fact, it's quite big and epic for us anyway. And it was one of those songs where you've got to hold back. You can't, because of all these gaps in songs. You know, some musicians will tend to try and fill it up with stuff, but we did the opposite. You know, we sort of let Carl and Scott go to town on it, go over the top of the build-ups and everything, and the other two of us behind it sort of held back. So where it's quiet, and where it's noisy and epic, it's noisy and epic. And it's the perfect closer to an album. So let's see how we can follow up on number 5 after that track. There you go, that's your lot now. Fuck off, I am having a drink.